What's up, guys? Matt Harold, Empowered Athletes, talking here today about the big toes, like it says in the title again. No shocker there. So if you look at a typical cleat, here's the Copas. It has a very narrow toe box. Spend years playing sports in these, and the toes get smashed together, and they lose that natural foot function of being really wide and spread, like a baby's foot, or like cultures like when I was in Thailand. I see people barefoot all the time, and their toes are really spread out, and they're strong, and they have thick feet, the way that I think they were intended to be. So with the invention of shoes, with these narrow toe boxes, the feet lose the function, they get smashed together. Here's a device I recently got called Correct Toes. You slide them on, and they create space between the toes. I haven't used them much. All I can tell you is that when they're on barefoot, my feet feel great, and I could really see how I feel more stable and balanced, but I have not been able to successfully fit them in any shoe yet without like pinching and causing irritation. So maybe I need wider shoes. We'll see. I'll let you know about those, but you can check them out. I have nothing to do with them. I don't sell them, and that's that. So in terms of toe flexibility, mobility, and strength, it's all going to be related to how your hips function and that kind of thing. So if my hips are in anterior tilt, rotated forward, and my thighs are rotating in and the feet turn out, it's probably going to lead to getting some big toe issues, because I'll constantly be rolling over the inside of the toe, and then the big toe joint will get stiff like mine is. So people like that in this posture here, they're going to have big toe problems almost all the time. But if someone has good biomechanics and they're constantly rolling over and pushing off the big toe like they should, they'll probably have more mobility and strength in the big toe, which is good. So if you do have this stuff, you're gonna have to do some correcting at the hips and at the ankles, and some stuff around the knee joint as well. I'm not talking about that today too much. All right, there's other videos and stuff like that, but you want to get nice and aligned where you're getting out of here and into here. Then it's a matter of the feet doing their job, because if the big toe is stiff, you're going to avoid it. Where you should come right up and over, you're going to turn out to avoid it. If you see someone lunge with big toe issues, they're going to spin like this because they don't have that flexibility to come down and push off from the side. Okay, you can see here, like that. Just realized the bench is in the video. We don't need the bench in the video, do we? Maybe a little bit. It's kind of cool. All right, so the importance of the big toe is huge in order to push off, in order to run. There's some research that says fastest sprinters have bigger, stronger big toes. So there you go. Usain Bolt's probably rocking out with huge big toes. But anyways, getting off a little tangent there. So some ideas on how to help with that stuff. If the big toe is tight, you got to roll out the bottom of the foot. I like a golf ball in a standing position where you're just smashing around, finding any pain you can. Rolling out the shins, the front of the shin. Here's a ball. Okay, I'm coming down, getting the anterior tibialis. All right, all of that's probably going to be tight. The peroneals on the outside of the calf, because again, as it's related, if you don't have dorsiflexion, or the ability of the shin to travel forward while it's still in good alignment out, it's going to find that range of motion in, and then the big toe is going to suffer because of that. So keep in mind that good dorsiflexion, mobility in the calf and ankle joint is very important for big toe function. So ankle mobility is huge. Rolling out all that stiff stuff, working on getting that knee out, stretches. I like the side lunge stretch with load, or a band that's pulling my shin outside, kind of as a distraction at the ankle joint. That's a great one, because the better off your ankle mobility, the more you'll be able to stay out and have good toe function. So then it really comes down to addressing the toe, which is what this video is mostly about, even though I haven't gotten to it yet. So one thing you could do is grab the base of the first metatarsal, okay, here, pull up on it, so like as if you're going to pop a joint, but just a light pull, creating separation, and then you can go into dorsiflexion, plantar flexion, abduction, circles, and just kind of work on the movement there. And that's going to create more mobility, help with the pain, and create space of the joint. Another thing I like to do is, before that even, is a lot of deep tissue right on the knuckle of the joint. I do find it really helps, especially when I find those little trigger points, especially between the space of the big toe and the next toe. Then a couple really impactful stretches that I found, and I could barely do them because my toes, I'm in the beginning stages. So let's see if you could see, but the first one is with my toes pointed. All right, I sink down and then I start working back up, stretching the big toes down, so the top of the knuckle there. All right, I could do one at a time for more control, and it's also a little easier to manage. So there's that one. And then I tuck the toes, and this also is a great stretch for dorsiflexion, the Achilles, if that's tight. And again, it's all connected tissue. So now my toes are being bent back, and I'm trying to get as much range as I can. I'm horrible at this one, and this is the one where people would avoid using the big toe in propulsion phase. So then I can also do it on one leg, and this again gives me more control. I feel a little more confident, comfortable, and I'm trying to increase my ability to flex the toe back. And as that increases, I'm less likely to avoid it. I'll be able to abduct or pull the toe over to prevent pronation. So I know you can't see right there. So if I don't have a good big toe that's moved over to the inside, I'm gonna roll inside because I don't have a stable arch. And one thing I noticed with the correct toes, I'll just throw it on real quick, is it does spread the whole forefoot or the front of my foot and the toes out. And I could tell that I am much more stable, and I actually have to roll right over that front toe. So I could see the benefits here. It's just a matter of incorporating them where they don't fall off. So there you have it. All right, kind of a weird video talking about the toes, but you know, the narrow cleats getting jammed, it could get stiff, and if you don't have big toe function, you're going to compensate picking up little nicks and knacks other places. And if you're not functioning well at the top down, you're going to also probably have some big toe issues. So chicken versus the egg, that's the human body for you, at least where I'm at. And anyone who tells you they have the solution and it's just this one thing, I don't know if I would trust them. So big toe out.